Well, let's pick up one of those headline stories that a jewelry store in Bangalore has touched a new low by revisiting one of the ugliest social evils of the bygone era, dowry. Now, and the reason they're doing this is to promote the sales of their products. In the name of tradition and art, the jewelers held an exhibition called the Dowry Trunk, and they advertised it in the city's dailies, aiming for better footfall in their store, perhaps forgetting that promoting dowry practice is illegal in the country. A show hosted by the jewelers is called the Dowry Trunk, and offer bridal designs in a trunk that could carry this jewelry, but under the evil tag of dowry. The jewelry store managing director, though, defends the concept.
Today, dowry is almost non-existent. Okay, it will be there in some...
But under the evil tag of dowry. The jewelry store managing director, though, defends the concept.
Today, dowry is almost non-existent. Okay, it will be there in some parts. You can't abolish it, but the law doesn't allow it. So the law for sure has abolished. In India, in my opinion, that there is a dowry practice is illegal. But a dowry trunk is a memorabilia of the past. So which is, unless you go and destroy all the dowry boxes in the country, but there are thousands of dowry boxes in the country. They are available. People have it in their homes. Now, it's not a crime to have it. The crime to practice dowry, not to use a box.
Well, the brazen promotion of jewelry in the name of dowry has outraged many netizens, with heavy criticism pouring in for the store owners. Outrage activists are demanding action against the jewelers for promoting an abolished social evil.
Definitely, I think they have not really come out of their 18th or 19th century concepts, and such promotions, I think, promotes negative ideas of perpetuating dowry, which is something which is a social evil. We should high time ban such promotions. It was an acceptable practice those days when women had no right to succession of properties of their parents and grandparents. But it is no more so. Women are equally empowered, they are educated, they are also given succession rights along with their brothers. So I don't think it is ever acceptable now as on date.
See, basically dowry is something very illegal in our country, and even after knowing it, people still believe taking dowry, which is not good. People who can afford it, they do it. The people who can't afford it, it's like somebody is trying to force them to have it.
Not targeting the brand, but the extent that they went to, promoting dowry actually than the dowry basket and dowry, all those things. But I really don't think that they should talk about this social evil to increase their sales.
It has been banned, but maybe in the northern places it's not. They're trying to put a ban to it, but these people here are trying to promote it, and I guess they should not do it because it's not. They're not responsible citizens.
Well, the entire civil society in Bengaluru is outraged after popular jewellery brand C. Krishna Shetty put out an ad for its exhibition calling it the Dowry Trunk. People are outraged because after thousands of women in this country have lost their life for this evil practice of dowry, now you have a jewelry brand trying to cash in and make money on this ugly practice of dowry trunk. Now the jewelry brand claims that this is a work of art and it's also a sort of memorabilia that is of the past where dowry was practiced. But there are no answers on why the company decided to go ahead and name it this way instead of just calling it wedding collection or any other acceptable name. Now people are calling for legal action against this jewelry brand for hurting the sentiments and also trying to promote dowry. With camera person Harish Upadhyay, NewsX Bangalore.
ये ऐसे प्रावधान को मदद करना है, ऐसे लोगों की मदद करना है, और बल्कि इसका जो है तिरस्कार करना चाहिए, और मैं बिल्कुल इसको सामाजिक तौर पर ऐसी संस्थाओं को या ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के खिलाफ मैं चाहता हूं आवाज उठनी चाहिए.
All right, we have Pramila Nisargi, law and women's rights activist, joining us from Bangalore. We also opened up our phone lines. You can call us to ask any questions to our guests. We'll be having one more guest very shortly, or to make short comments. You can call us on 0120-436-9420. The number is also flashing regularly on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Pramila and Nisargi, what would you like to say to these jewelry owners, these jewelry store owners in Bangalore?
Yeah. So I for one would say that immediately it must be banned. That is one thing. I just want to tell, as a student of law and as a professor, in a student of government law college or in the law of contracts, for a contract student, one subject is taught to the student. That is called as Sale of Goods Act. What is sale? When they define it, they say there must be a marketable thing and consideration must be there. So that is called as consideration, and it is a sale of goods, it will be complete.
Right.
In this way, in this market, what is the market here? It is the matrimonial market. It is a matrimonial market. Man reduces himself to a chattel and is allowed himself to be sold in the name of dowry. That's the consideration. In other words, human being is reduced to a chattel.
All right.
I can't really understand our men in the society want to sell themselves in the name of dowry.
All right. We have another guest, Ira Trivedi.
I just want human beings to be human beings. It's an insult to all manhood.
All right. Ira Trivedi, author, is also joining us from Delhi. But before that, let's take a caller. Suman is calling in from Chennai. Please go ahead, Suman.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Dowry is called as a Sridhan. Earlier it was classified as woman's share of her father's property. It also helps the boy side whenever there is any financial problem. As nowadays, as long as the parents are giving it willingly without any demands from the boy side, I think it is okay. Interestingly, this practice is now being followed by even Muslims and Christians. And didn't the royals also give and get dowry earlier?
But the question over here is actually not that. The question over here is whether the Bangalore jewelry store should be advertising their new line of jewelry, calling it the dowry trunk. Ira Trivedi, what would you like to say about that in response to the caller?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Dowry is a social evil. It is against the law. And, this word dowry in specific means something that the boy's side is demanding from the girl's side. This is what the word dowry means. If the company had advertised saying this is a girl's trousseau, or this is a good gift to give, this would be better. But then advertising as dowry is, I think, absolutely terrible, and I really, really hope that the law is imposed and very strictly imposed that so. But just another point that I would like to bring in, leaving the jewelry store aside, we cannot blame Indian men for this problem. In fact, a survey that was recently taken said that 1 in every 3 Indians thought that dowry was okay, not just the men but also the women. So what we're seeing here in society is that it's not just the men who are propagating it, it's very much the women, it's the mothers of the daughters who go into these stores, the mothers, the grandmothers, the aunts and the uncles who go into these stores to buy these items. And
well, that's a very interesting point. Let me put that to Pramila Nisargi.
Dowry is...
Pramila Nisargi?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want to say about that? She's saying that even the women...
I just want to say, it is wrong. I disagree with her. The other lady also spoke as though Sridhan is equivalent to dowry. Sridhan is completely different. Sridhan is an apaddan, which is given to a girl to use it at her difficulties. It can never be compared with that dowry. Dowry is a thing which is given to the husband on demand by him. Here in this market, in the Krishna's market, dowry is in the form of gold. Man wants to sell himself to a girl, stating that here my value, this is my value, this is the consideration. That is forbidden in any forum. Dowry in any form is forbidden.
Let's take another caller. Ashwini is on the line from Delhi now.
Sridhan can never be compared with dowry.
Yes, Ashwini, please go ahead. Okay, line has been disconnected over there. But Ira, you know what is interesting? NewsX spoke to the jewelry store owner a little while earlier. We played his soundbite just before you came on this program. And he was saying that, well, how does it matter? Because, dowry is almost non-existent now. The law makes it illegal. But then, of course, the question will be asked that if the law makes it legal, why are you glorifying it? Yeah. Why are you resurrecting it from the
Why
past?
is what did you say? The last point.
The jewelry store owner was saying that dowry is illegal. He was saying it's illegal and it's almost non-existent, and he says that, and he said that, look, we're promoting it as the dowry trunk, and trunk, sort of denotes the past, old collection. So it's about the memory of the past, the memory of dowry, which is now a past thing because now people don't practice it, it's illegal. I mean, I wasn't quite sure what the logic of that was, but anyway, that's what he said.
No, that seems completely illogical. I think he's just trying to find any sort of way to defend himself. The word dowry does this word itself connotates that the men's family is asking for something and the girl's family has to give it. There are other words for clearly what he's implying. Probably another word would be trousseau. Another word would be gift. It is not dowry. But he is trying to cater to a market, cater to people who have to give dowry. And as I told you earlier, the statistics are staggering. People themselves believe in dowry. And as one of the speakers, the panelists earlier had said, that it's not just Hindus, it's Muslims, it's Christians. This concept of dowry has pervaded our entire society. So this guy, by advertising like this, is probably going to, as one of the speakers, the panelists earlier had said, that it's not just Hindus, it's Muslims, it's Christians. This concept of dowry has pervaded our entire society. So this guy, by advertising like this, is probably going to, the unhappy truth is that he's probably going to attract a lot of customers, but it is absolutely illegal. He's promoting absolutely horrible things.
For the benefit of viewers who may have switched on right now, we are talking about a jewelry store in Bangalore which is promoting their jewelry line, calling it a dowry trunk. So they're using a banned social practice to actually get better footfall in their store. This is apparently a leading jewelry store in Bangalore. Our phone lines are open, number at the bottom of the screen. We have a caller, Dr. Sandeep Mishra from Bhubaneswar. Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, first of all, let me tell you that although it is banned by Supreme Court, it is still going on in villages, and it is actually the heinous thing. And today I saw that some jewelry store is promoting, but let me tell you, it is not only that jewelry store. Every marriage season comes, I'm staying now in Bhubaneswar, I'm also attended in Chennai, something. You have to make a queue to buy the different types of jewelry. So it is very much going on. I don't know how to address the issue so that everybody will become conscious. And we have to educate the people who are staying in the villages, and by demand, they are taking the money from the girl's family. So we need to work with a strong attitude and willpower so that this kind of thing will never happen.
All right. Thanks for joining us over there. We hope that better sense prevails on the jewelry store owners. And I think that what Ira Trivedi was suggesting earlier seemed like a good idea, that you can always call it the trousseau show or the trousseau trunk rather than the dowry trunk. We leave it over there though. Ira, thank you for joining us. Pamela and Nisargi, thank you for joining us as well. We'll take a